Welcome to this seventh module. So here we will then go out in depth, discussing about each of those pillars, and we begin with the biological pillar. And our aim is to learn how we can heal the body that carries the mind. Addiction just means the person's psyche is limping, but you know that addiction would also bleed into every area of your biology. So a strong body will build a strong mind, and your body is your first recovery partner, and you just have to take care of it. So why does your body, why does your biology matter? Addiction will affect every area of your life and every system of the body. In the brain, it will impact mood, as you already know. Your emotions may be all over the place, not well regulated, not well stewarded. It will impact memory, ability to remember things, or the kind of things you remember, because sometimes it may then be that you have an unfair bias against negative memory. Then it will also impact cravings and your ability to make rational decisions. Remember, we talked about the prefrontal cortex, the seat of self-control, your will, rational and informed decisions. Then it affects the heart and the circulatory system. Stress and substances can raise blood pressure. Crystal meth, cocaine, ice, methamphetamine, and the likes over time can raise blood pressure and can also increase risk of disease development. So you see, those are issues that may be going on the ground that you've not presented to the hospital for a checkup for. Then it will affect the lungs and the respiratory system. Smoking and substances will damage lung function and reduce oxygen exchange. In the liver and the digestive system, alcohol and drugs will strain the liver. In fact, alcoholic liver disease is a medical diagnosis. Nephrotoxin kidney injury is a medical diagnosis. And drug-induced liver failure is a medical diagnosis. And it can also affect digestion and how well you absorb nutrients. It would also affect hormones and chemical balance, because addiction will disrupt the hormone that will regulate your mood, your appetite, your energy, which is why people who have marijuana addiction particularly will tell you that without smoking marijuana, that their appetite is non-existent because it has altered the hormones responsible for appetite. Then poor sleep would increase stress, will increase cravings, will increase emotional reactivity. But many times, substances of abuse, again, alters your sleep. Addictive behaviors also alters your sleep. So you have a vicious cycle going on there. Addiction would also weaken the immune system and makes illness more likely in most people. So overall, substance will drain your energy and affect every organ in the body. So if there's anything I want you to keep in mind, is that you cannot build a strong recovery on a weak body. You are only said to be someone who is recovered and stewarding a positive lifestyle if you are biologically well. So the first approach to establishing this pillar is sleep. See sleep as your brain repair system. It is not a luxury. There's nothing like I cannot afford to sleep. It's a tool that you need if your body and your brain will heal. Sleep will help your brain and the nervous system repair itself. Yes, proven science. It will help you regulate your emotions and reduce stress. You know those days when you've not slept well and you're cranky and you're hungry and you're agitated and you just find that you're unduly irritable. That's poor emotional regulation because of poor sleep. And then you've not slept well and you find that you're unduly anxious, unduly jumping, or frank panic attack may even be precipitated. Then it also strengthens your memory, allows you to focus. You need to be focused to be able to make rational decisions. And then learning. Everybody needs to learn, regardless of their state your state and your position in life. Then sleep would also restore energy and reduce fatigue. It will improve your mood, reduce cravings. It will support your overall physical health. When you don't sleep well, what happens? Cravings are increased. Decision making is poor. On this recovery journey, you need to be able to make rational, informed decision every single time. Because cravings will come and your ability to make an informed decision is what will make you say, I'll put a call through, I will diffuse it, I will go for a walk, I will journal, I will solve the cravings. When you don't sleep well, you're irritable, you're prone to being anxious, your energy level is low, and the chances of relapse on the day you did not sleep well is very high. So, what are some healthy sleep habits or sleep hygiene you want to incorporate? You want to go to bed and wake up at the same time daily, such that you're recalibrating your circadian rhythm or sleep rhythm. Let me not use a medical term. So, if you train your body that will go to bed at 8 p.m., give it a couple of weeks, at most 2-3 weeks, your body naturally begins to wind down around 9 and you start yawning, you start feeling drowsy. And then come what may, if you're waking up 6 is 6, if you have to use an alarm. So that over time, your body knows that we don't get any more sleep. And the sleep pathway and the sleep waves kick in fully between your hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. You also want to avoid screens at least 1 hour before bed. No phone, no TV, no laptop, no nothing. The blue light from screens activate you, keeps you in a state of wakefulness. So if you're someone who struggles to sleep and then you have your phone with you till you close your eyes, do you see that's an undoing of your ability to sleep? So you want to establish relaxing bedtime routine. That could be that you're praying, you're reading, you are meditating, you're journaling, you're engaging in deep breathing. You're someone who takes caffeine, which I would not recommend, but I don't know where you're watching me from. So if I take it that you're watching me from one of the Caucasian communities where by virtue of the ambient temperature of where you stay, people need caffeine to be able to feel warm. You want to limit caffeine at night and limit heavy meals at night. Then you want to create a dark, calm, and quiet sleeping space. And then you want to keep your bed for sleeping, not for worrying, not for work. When you sleep well, your brain will be able to heal better. Your emotions are better stabilized. And then your recovery journey, we will say that you're on a stronger path. So that's first. Second is nutrition. You have to feed your recovery. The same way we fed addiction in a way, you also have to feed recovery. So good nutrition will fuel your body and stabilize your mood. It will also support your brain to heal. Good nutrition will help you heal, protect the brain, stabilize the mood, increase energy and focus. I think I'm repeating myself now. Strengthen your immunity, reduce cravings and mood swing. Now, the choice of food that you're looking for is not pastries or is not burgers, is not cake, is not coke, is not soft drinks, is not refined meals. They are farm grown, natural, healthy food. So you're looking for fruits and vegetables as meals, whole grains, lean proteins, chicken, fish, turkey, rabbit, beef. And if you're in Nigeria, beef is safe. Beef is safe everywhere, actually. It just depends on the quantity. I think realistically is affordability for the average middle class Nigerian. But then if you're outside in some other country, would I call it more financially buoyant climates where people can sit with 2 kg of beef. At that point, you want to moderate it. But for the regular average Nigerian, how much meat is available to most people? Then healthy fats will be nuts, avocado. Avocado nuts are wonderful sources of healthy fats. That will be granules, that will be walnut, that will be chia seed. There are a number of them. That will be almond nuts. I understand melon can also be roasted and snacked on. Then water and hydration. Hydration is important, as simple as it sounds, because even mild dehydration can make you feel tired, headaches, poor concentration. Now, the tiredness may feel like a craving. So all you needed was a sachet or a bottle of water, and then you find yourself wrapping up a blunt. But if you keep hydrating throughout the day, it will reduce the chance of that fatigue and reduce the chance of the craving. You want to reduce sugary drinks and snacks, highly processed foods, you want to reduce them. You want to reduce or remove if it's possible, because caffeine would also be addictive. But that's a talk for another day. So you want to reduce caffeine, you want to remove alcohol and other substances. So your plan is to eat regular balanced meals. You don't want to skip breakfast on this recovery journey. Maybe after a year or 2 years and you're well stewarded and you feel you're not a breakfast person, but on this recovery journey, please don't skip breakfast. You want to plan your meals ahead. You want to keep healthy snacks on hand so that when you're tired and you need to replenish your energy, you're not reaching for carbonated drinks, processed meals that will further spike your sugar and bring you low later. And then before you know, you're confusing fatigue, low blood sugar with craving. You want to listen to your body when you eat. Eat when you're hungry. Stop when you're satisfied, even if the plate is not empty. Let's deconstruct what was passed down to us from time immemorial, that you must finish the meal. Because you then have a number of people struggling with food-related addiction because the plate that was set in front of them as a child must be finished. So they don't know when they are full. And even when they are full, they feel guilty about leaving meals on the plate. If you struggle with that, then serve small portions, and then you can go for another portion later and later. And importantly, remember that consistency is the goal. Progress over perfection. So some days you find that you didn't eat the most healthy. It is what it is. Move on. Go to day 2. Don't beat yourself up unnecessarily about how well you did on some days and how bad you did not do on some days, or how bad you did on some days. The other thing is exercise. Exercise is said to be nature's medicine. Movement heals, yes. We're created as moving creatures. We're supposed to move. All creatures move. Even trees will sway. And all animals would move. So regular exercise would improve our body, strengthen the brain, and support lasting recovery. It will help improve your quality of sleep. You already know exercise improves quality of sleep. It helps you to build new brain connections. Remember that we're talking about building a recovery path. You need new brain connections for that in entirety. So exercise will help you with that. It will also improve your mood and reduce stress. It increases your energy and stamina. It boosts your confidence and self-esteem, and overall will support your heart health and general wellness. For what it's worth, please, if you're hearing me, I'm not saying you need a gym membership, but if you already have one, or you can afford it, or you feel you want it, or you feel you need it, but I'm not saying go to the gym. I'm saying let's find practical ways of incorporating movement 20 to 30 minutes each day into our life. So that could be working. So it's simple, it's free, it's powerful. It's a great way to start your day. So you wake up 6 a.m. Do you want to put earpiece or earpods on and you walk or you jog round the compound? Are you going to skip a number of skips to make up the time? Are you doing press up? Are you doing push up? Do you have a treadmill at home? Do you want to run on the treadmill? You just sit down, figure out what works for you. You want your movement to be such that it builds strength and flexibility, because movement ultimately would also improve your cardiovascular health, as I've said earlier, and importantly, let it be something fun, something you enjoy, so that consistency will be easier. If it's dancing, that is your own 20 to 30 minutes daily. So you want to incorporate activity, and importantly, you want to remember that you start small and build gradually. If you're someone who has never done jogging before, you will not plan to go 1 hour all of a sudden. Perhaps you go 10 minutes and then you scale it up by the next week, 15 minutes. But you know that first week of 10 minutes, you'll be consistent. By the next week, 15 minutes. By the third week, 20 minutes. If it's jogging, if it's whatever, you scale it up gradually. To choose consistent activities. So such that you can you'll be able to build in consistency. Sorry, I'm using the same word to describe this consistency. Then you want to choose activities that you enjoy. Please don't go skipping when you don't like it. If it's dancing, dance away. If it's jogging, jog away, as the case may be. And set realistic goals. That's why I said if 10 minutes is what you can start with, no issues. Start with 10 and build it up. But you know you're going for 20 to 30 minutes daily. Then listen to your body. You skip and then you find that you have ankle pain. You may need to rest and find something else to do as a means of exercise for that period until your ankle has built the stamina to be able to withstand that level of exercise. And when you need to rest, even though the exercise is needed, please keep that in mind. Remember, our goal is compassion, not that you drive yourself like a horse. No, please. So if you have to rest, keep that in mind. Now, it's important to understand stress, hormones, and cravings and how this would interplay on this recovery journey and how this would show up in your body. Chronic stress would affect the body, the mind, and the emotions. So it's important you learn how to manage stress. When you have chronic stress, maybe work-related, school-related, life-related, family-related, some that are avoidable, but because of poor stewardship, you have imposed it on yourself. It will increase your cortisol level. Stress hormones breaks the body down. If it's not that it's managing, you're using it to manage acute, short, time-limited stress, and then becomes chronic, breaks the body down. Just see it as a poison, coursing through your vein, except you're using it for a short period of time, at which point it gets you go, and gives you the energy, the drive, the motivation to be able to get things done in a short period, not for a long time. Chronic stress will also increase anxiety and irritability. It will disrupt your sleep. It will cause digestive problems. It can increase cravings. And then it can lead to emotional exhaustion. Now, when your stress is high, your body kicks into survival mode. If you remember what I've been talking about, the survival mode. So once you're in survival mode, you're looking for a way to cope because there's no safety. So it makes it very difficult for you to think clearly, makes it easier to relapse. Why stress is a normal part of life? You want to manage it. Because if you don't manage it, it will lead to poor choices. So sit with yourself and ask, what are some stress you can eliminate? What are some stress you can delegate, pass it to another person? What are the ones that you have to intentionally manage and put an end to them already? It could be a relationship for what it's worth. And it could be a job. I'm not saying go quit your job, I'm just saying reassess. On this recovery journey, you really need to be saying, I give an example of someone who is trying to quit addiction and works in a beer parlor. How realistic is that? All right, so what are some healthy stress relief strategies? Deep breathing, take a couple of deep breaths, helps to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Prayer and meditation does the same. Remember, survival mode, sympathetic. Safety mode, parasympathetic. And then you want to be able to oscillate between both. There are challenges in life, you should be able to kick into sympathetic, get things done, and then you come back, you rest, you recover. Then physical activity does that. Listening to music, taking time in nature, talking to someone, reading or reflection, creative outlets, painting, drawing, coloring, crocheting, just anything that you can use as a means of self-expression, which you enjoy. You may not be a pro at it, but you love doing it. And you can spend time doing it while time runs without you being mindful. Those are things you want to engage in. Relaxing activities. So like I said earlier, stress is a normal part of life. You can't eliminate stress, but you can build skills to calm your body and your mind. Now, another thing I want us to keep in mind is that our body speaks to us. Your body speaks to you. It sends signals every day. And you want to learn to listen and then respond with care, not neglect. So some common warning signals that many people would ignore that shows up before a relapse, or before a craving and a relapse, is fatigue or low energy, headaches or body pain, poor concentration, muscle tension, digestive problem, irritability or mood swing, poor sleep, increased heart rate. You find that your heart is racing. These are signals. They are messages asking for your attention. It's like your body is saying, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. And paying attention to your body is an act of self-care. So someone has a headache, you should be able to ask yourself, what's my body trying to tell me? I'm stressed. I didn't sleep well. I'm scared. I'm worried. Well, it means you're willing to pause and ask. And then be able to ask, what does my body need now? Okay, maybe it needs to put off the phone or put off the system and then go lie down. Then you ask, are you giving your body what it needs now? If you have a headache and you continue with the phone because the movie is interesting or the social media scrolling is interesting, are you giving it what it needs now? Even if you're watching this and you realize you have a headache, if you continue, you're not giving your body what it needs now. On this recovery journey, you want to be kind to yourself. Then how can I respond with care today? So you respond instead of ignoring. So if you're tired, you rest. If you're hungry, you eat. You hydrate yourself throughout the day. You move your body. If you need medical help, you go seek it. You want to manage stress. And then, my favorite of all time, gratitude, and self-compassion. Because the more you listen with compassion, the stronger your body will be. It's like you have a horse, if I can use, no, let me not compare you to a horse. Or maybe a vehicle that is really priced, highly priced, very valuable, and begins to make some funny noises, and you're not paying attention. That vehicle will not last. For every time you hear a cough, quote and unquote, vehicles do not cough, but you understand, and you take it to the mechanic and get it checked, you are paying attention. Your maintenance of that vehicle is top notch. The vehicle you have for life is your body. Yeah, it's your body. Ask anybody who is sick in the hospital. Their utmost concern is health, not the money, not the job, not anything. Then there's another technique I would want you to keep in mind. It's called halt recovery check. You pause, you check, and then you choose wisely. So before reacting or giving into a craving, take a moment to halt, pause. That's what it means. Because many urges, many cravings are actually met physical or emotional need. So ask yourself, have you eaten today when the craving comes? If you have not eaten or you're hungry, get something to eat. Stay hydrated. Low blood glucose level, low blood sugar can feel like a craving. The next letter is angry. Are you hungry? What emotion are you carrying? It may not be anger, maybe fear, maybe sadness, maybe grief, maybe exhaustion. And what do? You take deep breath. Express your feelings in a book. Or you could just label it out to yourself. I feel angry. Why do I feel angry? Yes. Then what can I do about it? If I feel hungry, what thoughts do I have? And then you may talk to someone. Anger that is unexpressed can also feel like craving, and it can fuel craving. Hell is lonely. Do you need connection? Say that I wish I can connect, talk to someone. There's some things bothering me that I wish I can onboard into someone. Want to reach out to someone you trust. Want to join a recovery meeting. Spend time with people who encourage you. Isolation will increase the risk of relapse. And then, is it that you're tired? Is that why you're having a craving? Is that why you're having some urge to use or to do? That would then mean we're getting quality sleep. We rest without guilt. Yes. You see, there's so much to do. I cannot afford to rest. You cannot afford not to rest on this recovery journey. If I'm coaching you for something else in life, we may have another conversation. But on this recovery journey, you cannot afford not to rest. We have survival, we have safety. Survival says, I cannot afford to rest. Safety says rest is necessary, and I take it when it's due. Then you want to create a calming bedtime routine. Exhaustion will weaken your willpower. So why does ALT work? Why does it work? It helps you slow down impulsive reactions. It will help you identify the real need behind your urge. It gives your body and mind what they truly need and allow the two of them connect. Then it reduces relapse risk and builds self-awareness. Please use ALT daily. Use it as a daily habit. So now if someone wants to then build a routine out of these biological pillars that we've talked about in the morning, what might their day look like, biologically speaking now? Hydrate, wake up, drink water, prayer, meditate, healthy breakfast, go for a stretch or a walk or a jog or a run. And then you set a positive intention for that day. That would then mean you have a to-do list or you have affirmation for that day, whatever it is. Afternoon, what would that look like? Assuming you're at work or you're in school, balanced meal, continue to drink water, engage in physical activity. That means you're trekking from one place to the other because you may not be able to walk, to do exercise at work. So you don't just sit in one place. You do emotional checking every now and then. How do I feel? What's going on with me? And then you want to stay focused on your goals. And then in the evening, what do? Light, healthy dinner. Want to journal your thoughts. How did today go? What went well? What did not go well? What did I need? Did I meet my own needs? Not did somebody meet my needs? As a grown adult, you should be able to meet most of your needs. What could I have done better? What could I have done differently? What am I grateful for today? In the evening, by then you've reduced or put off your screen. You prepare for tomorrow. That could be laying out your clothes. That could be doing meal prep for tomorrow. Just giving you a positive vibe towards the next day. And then you sleep on time. The benefit of this healthy routine is that it will improve your mental clarity. Even as you're listening to me and tracking with me, you would agree that this is a solid lifestyle for anybody who wants to build anything of note beyond just recovering. So it improves your mental clarity. It supports emotional stability. It will increase your energy and focus. It will strengthen your immunity and physical health. And then it builds self-discipline and confidence. Addiction thrives in chaos. Recovery thrives in structure. But without structure too, I would say be flexible, give yourself grace. What I mean by that is don't do day 1 to 4. Then because you were not able to keep on track on day 5, you not get discouraged and say you're not going again. No, remember what we said, you pick yourself up every time, again and again and again, again and again and again. Progress over perfection. And as you continue to steward this, your healing will begin to show. What are some things you'll be able to notice in yourself after a couple of weeks? You should be able to find that your mood is getting better. I tell you, no cap, that's what you should expect. You'll have more energy. Your thinking is getting clearer. Your sleep is better. You have more resilience, ability to bounce back when life throws you a curveball. You are having healthier relationships. Your focus and motivation is better. You're growing a positive self-image of yourself, because you have to even pay attention to you for you to even see you, be able to have a positive image. Your emotions is more balanced. And it should by now, after a couple of weeks, fuel you with hope for the future. Now, this, if you have to watch it again and again, by all means, please do. This is a 12-part model, and I expect that you will watch it at least 3 times. So if you watch the first 12 days, go another cycle, another 12 days. Go another cycle, another 12 days. By then you would have done 36 days. Watch this daily as you do the 40 days challenge, so that it reinforces this thing, and you know that this is the resource I'm watching. Almost like my face, my voice is reminding you of a need to stay sober, a need to stay on this recovery journey. And then I have this affirmation here that you want to keep in mind. Today I choose healing. My body is getting stronger every day. I deserve peace and wholeness. I am growing into a better me. I have a purpose and I am not alone. Remember, and really this is one of my favorite hope, because nothing says it's better than somebody who has walked through storms and tells you, I came out on the other side. So my hope is that your healing will be a testimony that will inspire others. So please, for the sake of those whose destiny is attached to yours, keep going, keep going. Got this. As always, beautiful people, thank you for staying with me. Wishing you healing, wishing you wholeness, wishing you joy and peace. Until next time, bye-bye. God bless you.